So this is the cut-off point for the CTG podcast Christmas special.
Are we on Twitch?
No, we're not on Twitch.
Oh, good.
Yeah, this is just a pre-record, isn't it?
I didn't know if you were doing it through Twitch or not.
No. We're just because this is going out on.
Right. Yeah. I get it.
Okay. So this is the cut-off point for the CTG. Yes. Okay. This is the cut-off point for the CTG.
I get it as well.
I get it. Stop listening.
You know we're never
I'm
getting
listening.
No. Mate,
Your
didn't begin
Xbox.
with X did.
Right. This is the cut-off point for the CTG podcast, starting from now.
When?
Or then.
Starting from now.
What, just then?
You know I'm going to keep that in.
That's fine.
This is usually what we do at the beginning, don't we? We usually talk about something stupid, and people wonder what we're talking about. Anyway.
Who knows?
Hello, fellow...
Whenever you're ready to start.
Thanks.
Come on, we're waiting on you now,
I know. Hello,
Always waiting on you.
Hello. Thank you. Hello, fellow Cravers, and welcome to the CTG Podcast Christmas Special. As always, you have me, GD, you have Cajr, and you have Doc. How are you guys on this very festive day? And Merry Christmas to you both, by the way.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, if people haven't noticed, this is a pre-record because it's Christmas. We're having a bit of a break. We're spending time with our loved ones.
What?
Yeah, I guess, I hope.
People have loved ones?
Yeah, surprisingly.
Who knew?
Yeah. And so, for the Christmas special, because this is pre-recorded, about 2 weeks before Christmas.
Yeah.
Yep.
2.5 weeks.
Yeah, something like that. We are going to be looking back at 2015. Like we did last year, we're going to be doing it again this year. So, let's start with this. Let's start with January, February, March. Our favourite months.
Wouldn't that be the logical place to start?
Yeah,
You don't want to
usually.
start.
Let's start mid and go early.
Yeah, let's go. Let's just start in the middle, then the beginning, then the end.
Why don't you just start doing in order, like a normal person would?
Because it is order. January, February, March.
Yeah, it's like you had a
this-
choice. It's like, let's choose. Let's start. I'll start there.
Anyway, now, guys, you've got to agree with me. The end of 2014, game-wise, it was a huge disappointment, wasn't it? We had games breaking quite often, like, for example, Halo Master Chief Collection, Assassin's Creed Unity with the no-face.
Yeah, that's good.
Still can't get that out of my
Right.
head.
That 2014.
That was 2014, yeah. So we thought, you know what, it's 2015. Hopefully all this is fixed. We're coming into the second year of the Xbox One and the PS4, and however old the PC is nowadays.
Okay.
But we kind of went off with an upsetting start that Zombie Studios, the people who made the Spec Ops series, ended up being shut down. I think the last game they made was The Line or something like that, wasn't it?
Yes, pops the line.
Yep. I never played that. I'm guessing you did, Kat.
I did.
Yeah. What was it
I
like?
did.
Was it any good or?
It wasn't bad. It had some nice ideas in there. I think it was just. I don't know.
You don't know.
It became far-fetched as a story.
So it was one of those things where you could see it coming, probably with the studio, that it was coming to its end, and unfortunately it did. And this was on the 7th of January, so it was just before Christmas, New Year's as well.
Just before Christmas.
Just
Just
before.
after.
It was about 2 weeks before, after Christmas. Thank you. I'm doing great today, aren't I?
We don't expect anything less.
Thank you. Well, also in January, we also had PAX South. I think this is the first PAX South as well, wasn't it? Which, not much happened there. There was a few games announced, I think.
Oh wow, you're giving everyone a
Thanks.
really good taste of what I thought.
Well,
Sorry.
yeah.
What was the main story in the first 3 months?
Well, the main
What was
story...
the biggest stories come out?
Well, the main stories in the first 3 months, I would first say that it was joysticks ended up being shut down by AOL. Now, everyone knows what joysticks is. They were great with gaming news and that lot, but unfortunately AOL or America Online, or whatever they want to be called, thought, you know what, not many people like gaming news nowadays, and decided to shut that down, which was stupid.
Nobody games anymore.
No. Nintendo also announced in March that they were working together with DNA for mobile gaming, which a lot of people were surprised about because, no offense, Nintendo were not very comfortable with doing bringing out things onto third party, were they? I think this was the start of a new revolution for the Nintendo, that they thought, you know what, this mobile gaming thing might actually do something good. And okay, we've not heard much about it at the moment, but it's nice that they've decided to go down that path a bit, start to branch out a little bit. But it was also the time where we heard a bit about the Nintendo NX, which we'll talk a little bit more.
That was all the way back then?
Yeah, it was March the 17th when they announced all that. Ooh. So they said that there was a Nintendo NX, and we are still to this moment a little bit puzzled what the hell that is, which hopefully we'll get some more information in 2016, since, well, we've heard rumours that it's supposed to be being released at the end of 2016.
Or knowing our luck, after we've done this pre-record, they'll say something the next day.
Yeah, well, they did. Well, they did say that. What's it called? They weren't going to be giving any more information out until 2016. Well, it's Nintendo. Something's probably
things
leaked.
Can be.
Yeah. Also, Electronic Arts shut down Maxis, which created SimCity and Spore, on the 4th of March, which was a bit expected after the last SimCity game.
It was a bit of a slow 3 month for news. Major
it was a bit of a slow
you had
3
the
months.
NX. You had the NX, but then it was all shrouded in mystery. What is it? All that. We still, like I say, we still don't know what it is at this moment. What it is.
It was basic. It was mystery of the NX and a lot of things being shut down in the first 3 months.
Yeah,
that is pretty
much to summarise it.
That's to summarise it.
Any major games come out?
Any major games that came out? Well, in January.
Is that The Witcher?
No.
Yeah, Dying Light in February.
Sorry?
Dying Light came out in February.
Dying Light came out in February. I would say that is probably one of the biggest games that came out during that time.
That was a really good game, actually.
That was a brilliant game.
Yeah.
From Techland, who made Dead Island. I think this is what the zombie game that we wanted Techlands to make, and they did it for us. So
yeah,
it was indeed Techland.
Yes. So it's one of those games that you forget that it came out this year. And
yeah, it just seems like so long ago. It seems like a last year game to me.
I really want to jump back onto that again soon as well, because I do
too.
actually. Yeah. Also, Resident Evil Revelations 2 started coming out in March as well.
Not played that, so I can't.
Yeah. It first started coming out in February, with the first episode coming out on the 24th. And it came out each week, didn't it, or something like that, in the 4-part episode.
Yeah, I think it did.
But it's that's another thing. It's a Resident Evil game which we wanted, because it went back to that. Yeah,
I never played it.
Yeah, it kind of went back to that more survival-ish instead of action-packed that we've got with.
Yeah, we discussed Resident Evil many times on the podcast.
Dragon Ball Xenoverse came out. The Order 1886 came out, which was a bit of a
letdown.
Never played it.
The Sims 4 came out on the Mac.
Doc's favourite game.
Doc's favourite game. The Escapist came out on the Xbox One.
Got that, but
yeah. Evolve came out in February the 10th. That was another letdown. So,
Dead or Alive 5 come out.
Sorry, what was that?
February, Dead or Alive 5 came out.
Yep, the last round or something like that.
How can you... GD, how the hell can you forget Alive?
I don't know how I forget Dead or Alive sometimes. I think
it's your perverted mind. You just glossed over. You didn't want to be the one to say it. That's what it is, isn't it?
No, yeah, that's the main reason. I didn't want to say it because I know you two would have... completely got on my back about it.
Yeah.
But I think
We don't want to know what you're doing back.
But a thing about Dead or Alive, the last round, it was one of those games that you could play for free, where you had characters unlocked for you. You know, like how
Yeah,
so like Smite and stuff like that. Yeah, you had a timed character that you could play with, but you could unlock all the characters if you wanted to. For I think it was about £20 or something like that. And also Saints Row Get Out of Hell came out in January with Saints Row 4 re-elected, coming out on PS4 and Xbox One. I love my Saints Row games. And Resident Evil HD Remaster came out on the 20th of January as well. I don't know. That was a good game.
It's shocking. No, I'm not going to go into it again.
Sorry about Cajr's cameras breaking up.
It's not breaking up on my end, you. But I'm not reopening no wounds on that game.
You got to say you got to say Heavenly's Night of Horror was good.
I didn't watch it.
Really?
I did a bit. But she was like,
I didn't know she was so scared of zombies, to be honest.
Freaking zombie. Yeah, she's so scared of zombies, which is these days not even. I wouldn't even class them as a horror character. They're just, zombie.
I could actually just see Kat just sat there thinking, it's just a bloody zombie. It's gonna kill me. Just stab it. It's got. You've got a knife.
The thing is about it. I mean, we'll probably touch on this a little bit later, but she sat through my entire Until Dawn playthrough.
Yeah.
Mind you, she shit herself on that as well, so yeah.
Yeah. But just having a look quick through if any other games came out that seems interesting.
Doc, what other games came out which were interesting in them 3 months? You seem to have the better list.
No, I don't think there's that many. Slim the Arrival on PS4, which Hanksy did.
Yeah, Drunk Hanksy. That was brilliant. Yeah. Completely forgot about that.
Bloodborne.
That's not.
Bloodborne. That's another great game which I still haven't played.
So you missed all these GD.
I'm looking. Give me a second.
Anyway. One I haven't played, Final Fantasy Type 0 HD.
Oh god.
Got that?
Yeah.
Got that?
Battlefield
I haven't
Hardline.
played it either.
Battlefield Hardline came out as well, yeah, because it was wanted delayed, and I think it was a good idea that they delayed it or something because I think they did a beta for it and everyone was against it or something.
We was in the beta. Was it me and you, G? Was in the beta?
Yeah, we was in the beta for it, and
I did the beta on PC.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't enjoyable. It was enjoyable.
But you couldn't see how it was going to be a full game. No. Now, I've got the game already, but I haven't played it still. And then again, I'm not a huge fan of Battlefield games in the first place, so I'm not really the best of judges.
But you said you was never a fan of Star Wars and what happened with Battlefront.
Yeah, I still haven't got that.
We haven't played much. Still not got it. You said you enjoyed the beta.
I enjoyed the beta, but then I started
hearing people. I think this year we can safely say has been the year of the beta.
It has been. It's been the year of early access, in my opinion.
Oh god, yeah.
Well,
yeah. With certain games like
it started last year and thing, but I think I'd say for console gamers, it's been the year of the betas. There's been that many betas this year at various points.
I think it's starting to realise how much the console is getting a bit closer to PC as well, where we've now got early access ourselves on the Xbox at least. I think we're supposed to be getting Ark at the beginning of 2016 in early access on the Xbox, and we've had things like Layers of Fear as well, and Elite Dangerous, and I keep forgetting what the other one was. The one with the
you've got Sheltered, you've got The Long Dark.
That's it, The Long Dark.
And I'm sure there's another one.
Oh, and another game that came out.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I'm going to spend more time discussing the games.
iDob.
Yeah, we played that because it was free, but we never really.
It's one of those games that we want to go back to, though.
It's one of those games where we said we needed a crowd of people.
Yeah, I think we more than likely next year will be having at least 1 or 2 rounds of it because it looks fun, but yeah, you need a crowd of people to play it. which
What
sometimes I
about
struggled.
Borderlands, the Handsome Collection? That'll come out in March, didn't it?
Fuck it. Never trust GDs to
You
do
know
anything.
what, Caj? You could also look for this list as well.
I'm trusting you to be actually. Oh, no, that's asking a lot. Asking you to be organised.
Ori and the Blind Forest also came out in March.
That means no to me.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Rogue come out on PC.
Sorry,
Zombie
what was
Army
that?
Trilogy.
Oh. Tales from the Borderlands had a couple of episodes out as well, didn't they?
City Skylines come out on PC.
Mario Party 10.
You really should have done your research on this, GD.
I've got the research right in front of me.
Yeah, but you're not really researching right well, are you?
Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate on the 3DS. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask on the 3DS.
Yeah, it's not that important.
Yeah, that's Nintendo. We don't care about
We
Nintendo.
don't care about Nintendo. Billy's not here. So...
Just telling you the games that come out.
and we had we had Five Nights at Freddy's 3 came out in March as well.
Didn't we do?
Yeah, the start of many things that came out for that.
So, anyway,
had
April,
a-
May and June.
We had a bunch of great games that came out.
Life
during
is
that
Strange.
time. I never actually continued playing that. I had to go of the first episode, and I kind of got sick of the whole. Oh, it's what something teenage. Oh wow, you can time travel.
Yeah.
Fuck off. If I want to watch something time traveling, I'll go and watch Doctor Who. I don't want to watch some moaning teenage girl with problems. Now get lost. But yeah, it was like I said, there was some great games that came out at the beginning of the year, especially compared to the end of 2014. We also had a couple of stinkers, like for example, Evolve, which we sort of had an idea it wasn't going to do that well since they kept on announcing, oh, you can now buy this, you can buy that, you can buy that. Why are these not in the game, first of all?
Yeah, I pretty much played the beta and I was like,
Yeah, there's not
I
much
didn't even play the
difference.
beta.
Yeah, and then we also had the Order 1886, which it's one of those where once you've played it, that's it. Which
Yeah.
was upsetting. I thought that it had a great idea, but they didn't run with it properly. Anyway, moving on to April, May, and June. So, first of all, the big news in June was E3. Where we
That's
had
not big news. That's just a big conference.
it was a big conference, but we had
But we want news as in what happened in the gaming world, which was changed it or happened, or we don't
All
want to
that
know. Oh,
conference.
there's a conference. It happens every year. It was big news. Oh, but yeah, it happens every year. That's not
Alright,
news.
what about the first thing that happened on April 1st, and that was that Bandai Namco Games had rebranded themselves to Bandai Namco Entertainment. So it's when they changed their name again.
woohoo, big news.
I'm waiting for them to change it again. This time it'll
Yeah.
probably be Namco Bandai Entertainment, just for the hell of it. 2K's Australia, the developers of Borderlands, the pre-sequel, was shut down by Take-Two Interactive on the 15th of April. Which, yeah...
Another shutdown, right?
Another
Carry on.
shutdown. Following Silent Hills was cancelled on
That's more like it.
on
yes.
April the 27th. That really was a great
That was-
birthday present.
that
Thank
was
you,
the big-
Konami.
That was
Yeah.
pretty much the beginning of the end of Kojima and Konami.
Well, we kind of already had an idea of it when I think it was at the end of 2014, where Kojima's name was taken off the Metal Gear Solid posters and that lot.
Yeah,
And
but we
therefore,
didn't have that. The cancellation was the
It was the
to me,
pretty
the,
much
these stuff. That was that.
the turning
Genesis.
point of Konami. The pretty much Konami killing itself. I personally, do you guys think Konami will still be around by the end of next year?
Yes.
Yeah, they're making enough money.
But what
They've
are
got
they doing?
Pro they've got Metal Gear Solid still probably raking in some cash,
Yeah, I guess.
and they've got the sales from Metal Gear Solid this year.
But do you think they're going to change their mind on AAA games by the
Yes.
end of next year?
Not by the end of next year, but they will eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it
Well,
was
they've,
kind
they've,
of
well, they've,
upsetting
they
with
have actually said
Silent
they're going to
Hills.
continue doing Pro Evo, so they haven't completely given up. I think it's just
No offense to Pro Evo, but when I think of AAA games from Konami, I think things like Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, because
Silent
you're not
Hills.
a Pro Evo fan. If you're,
But you know what I mean. In Pro Evo is their annual game, which it makes sense. It's like.
but is it not a AAA? Because
Would you count any
It's-
sports game as a AAA game?
would you count FIFA?
Not really. I just count it as an annual sports game. When I think AAA games, I think it's games that are basically games themselves, not a simulator of. No offense to simulator games, because there is some great simulator games out there, like what's it called? Is it Skylines? Whatever it's called, the SimCity.
Skyline.
That's it. Yeah, Skylines, whatever.
City Skylines.
That's it. Thanks. Which
The
is a great,
city's that
which is
series,
a,
isn't
which is a great simulator. But no offense,
It's
when it
great.
comes to AAA games, I think things like Tomb Raider and Halo and Metal Gear Solid, I don't think of the annual sports games because they're the things that come out every year. Which, no offense, most of the
Yeah,
time
but
it doesn't
that's your
change.
opinion.
Yeah,
I think the definition of a AAA game might be,
how
The-
much you spend on it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it might be the price point. A AAA game, if you want to spend £40+, you are, in my eyes, even if it's a sports game, you are getting a AAA game. Because you won't pay 40 quid for an indie game or something like that.
Yeah.
It's still a game which is 40 quid.
Yeah.
Therefore,
That's
they
a
haven't-
good point.
like I said,
It's probably the
like I said,
price.
anyway, but like I
anyway.
said, Konami to me haven't completely abandoned the AAA game scene. It's just, I think they're going to they'll take some time out and then they'll just come back with a bang and say, we've got this, and we've got this.
Do you think? How long do you think it's going to take until Kojima finally is away from Konami?
I reckon it killed him.
You think he's dead? That explains why he wasn't at the Game Awards.
Yeah,
No.
no one's really heard from it.
No, they haven't actually.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
no.
probably under some gag clause or something like that.
Yeah, thanks Konami. Anyway, something else that happened in April. The service of OnLive was discontinued as Sony Computer Entertainment ended up getting all the assets.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Alright.
I think that worked better for them with the PlayStation Now because they dissolved it into that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Which is still kind of shit. BioWare celebrated its 20th anniversary on May the 22nd.
Oh, well, happy
yeah,
birthday.
happy birthday to
Woo.
And House Marquee celebrated their 20th anniversary on June the 11th.
I don't know who the hell House Marquee are, so
House
Don't
Marquee
care.
are the guys who made...
don't care. Don't care.
Okay. Then, like I said, E3 happened where, in my opinion, Sony won that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they won it. I think they won it by stealing something from Square Enix.
I was just trying to think which was the spawn, which had the Fallout. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a great E3 in my opinion compared to
It
previous
was.
years, and I think it helped with the idea that I keep forgetting the name. Bethesda decided that they wanted to join the conference party this time.
Yeah, but they kind of put themselves in. Think about it.
They did all right,
Yeah, but once they give away the big Fallout 4, it's like,
but they still had a
Gosh.
big surprise from it. It's like when it came, we found out about Fallout 4 was happening, but we was at the point before E3 saying, "Oh, we think it's going to be coming out next year. We don't expect it coming out this year." I expected it coming out this year. I like to point out, and then it came to E3, and we're saying, "Look, they've still got to have a big announcement here. If they're doing a conference and they've already announced Fallout 4, which you had a feeling that they were going to announce anyway, what are they doing this conference for?" And it was to actually announce the date of Fallout 4, which came out this year, and it's one of the Game of the Years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've
They're
highly
like-
enjoyed it, and it was a great
Also,
idea.
new
for them
Doom.
out.
Just wanted
And the new
to.
Doom, yeah. Battleborn,
And
they
that
showed off
Nova.
a bit.
What they calling it?
What's that?
The new
Battleborn.
MOBA they're bringing out.
Yeah, Battleborn.
That's
Which
that one.
is supposed to be coming out on the PS4 as well. They're supposed to be doing a beta next year. and then the game comes out in March, or is it May? One of those two. It
So
comes out
I think
next
they
year.
did well at the conference.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching it.
I think.
Yeah, but they give away the big thing beforehand, don't they?
Yeah.
With the big reveal thing.
But they still
Yeah, but you
had a
didn't know
big
anything about
surprise.
it. Yeah, you knew it was
Exactly.
Fallout 4, but then they told you all the stuff that was going to happen, and you're just like,
Yeah, and the PlayStation one, mainly.
Well, the PlayStation won it because they shown off The Last Guardian, which a lot of people were wondering what was happening with that, first of all. And then, like I said, the big announcement was Final Fantasy was being remade. The remake of Final Fantasy was coming out. And it basically stole the whole show. And I feel, like I said, I feel sorry for Square Enix for the fact that they could have held it back and kept it themselves. And in the end, they only had guys
Yeah,
wearing
where's the fun
suits
in
and a
that?
guy with a moon on his head.
yeah.
Oh, and some Kingdom Hearts. But then again, I think the one thing that kind of was, I still think is the worst out of them all, because I don't think they understand what the hell a conference is, was the PC thing. They ended up doing a talk
Yeah,
show.
Yeah.
I don't
I don't
understand
think that
what they
kind
were
of
doing.
thing's for the PC. There's nothing, it's...
It was stuff that we kind of
I
already
think-
knew.
I think the problem with the PC one, I probably discussed it at the time, was PC games are so diverse. You've got so many multitudes of variant like PC systems. You've got the high end ones, you've got the low end ones, you've got the ones between. You've got those that want to stream, those that don't, those that want to play certain games, those that don't. You've got such a diverse
Yeah.
thing. It's hard to hunker down and say, right, it's for these people, but then you're missing out on these people, and then you're missing out on these people. So I think that's the difficulty with PC.
Yeah. But then again, hopefully they've learnt from this last. Do you think that they're going to be doing another one next year?
Yeah,
Do you think
Yeah.
Bethesda's going to be doing another one next year?
yeah.
Do you think Square Enix are going to do another one
Actually,
next year?
Bethesda.
Yeah, I
Right.
don't know. They might because their big game was Fallout.
They give big game, but the only thing they can do after that is
They can't even do Doom, can they?
Okay.
Because that's supposed to be coming out at the beginning
Doom
of
will
next
be
year.
out, I think.
Yeah,
They
Bulletstorm
won't do
would
another
be out
Elder
already.
Scrolls.
Not Battleborn would already be out as well.
They can't do another Elder Scrolls because I think it'll be too soon after Fallout.
All they'll have is
All they have is possibly
Elder Scrolls
DLC and
Online.
Dishonored 2.
Yeah,
And they'd have DLC for Fallout and Doom or whatever. And
they can't.
Dishonored
They
2,
really
that's
won't
why-
have. They
won't
won't
have
have the
that big
reason
announcement.
to make
Yeah, they
their
won't
own
have that big
conference.
announcement.
What about you, Doc? Do you think they will?
Not unless they've got something big in the pipeline.
The only big thing that I could think they'll be doing is either it's going to be a new IP, which they still got Dishonored,
Yeah.
or it could be something that they might be announcing in Elder Scrolls, but it's not.
They won't-
Bethesda
no, they
don't
won't-
do it that way, do they?
No,
Yeah,
I
they
think they'll-
wait.
They wait.
They tease and they wait, and then
Yeah.
they get new websites and they say it's not them, and then the bastards about it.
But do you think Square Enix will be doing another one?
Yeah.
Well, they've got to because hopefully this time they'll be announcing Final Fantasy VII Remake on their own show.
Well, it's not just that.
No offense, but Sony's took it twice this year.
Yeah.
But I think the thing about Square Enix is they've got such quietly they've assembled quite a big amount of games that, like you've got Tomb Raider, you got Deus Ex
You've
as
got
well.
Deus Ex, you've got Hitman.
You've got the Final Fantasy series, you've got the Hitman. Now,
and
I
Kingdom
think all
Hearts.
them games next year, or Tomb Raider's don't have one this year, but there's no reason why they can't have one next year.
Yeah.
Probably a shitty side-scroller one again.
Hopefully they will think it through their conference a bit better and actually look at what PlayStation, Microsoft,
Yeah.
EA, and Ubisoft actually do, and think, you know what, we should have a little bit more fun with this.
Yeah.
I think that's what upset me with Square Enix a little bit, is that it didn't feel fun. It was just a bunch of people in suits coming out and saying, "This is what we're doing." But we'll talk to you
Yeah,
guys
so-
later about
Yeah.
it.
I think
You got
Like I say,
you
you'll-
got to have some show there.
there'll be Final Fantasy VII Remake will be there.
Yeah.
Kingdom
Kingdom
will
Hearts
Hitman
3.
be out? Kingdom Hearts 3? Will Hitman already be out?
Yeah, I think it's coming out March. I think the first part.
Deus Ex, will that be out?
No, I think it's been pushed back.
Well, they'll show more of that. They'll probably show some DLC, but I reckon they might go and put follow up on Final Fantasy 7
or 15. We've got about 15. That's still happening.
Yeah, that'll be out by then, though, won't it? Surely.
Yeah, that's one.
They won't release 2 games at once.
Now, there's one thing that I found funny about, especially with E3, and especially the weeks coming up to E3. Now, there was a game that actually came out where a lot of us were excited about during April, May, June, and that was The Witcher 3. Which, okay, I give them
I didn't play that.
They won the Game of the Year at the Game Awards this year. But, I'm going to be honest, Fallout, Bethesda kind of stole its fire.
Yeah.
When did it actually come out? So The Witcher 3 came out in May,
May.
didn't it? Yeah. Late May. And it was...
19th.
Sorry?
19th of May.
19th, yeah. And like I said, a lot of people was excited, but then I think it started to dawn on a few people that you actually have to have at least a little bit of knowledge of what happened in the previous 2 Witcher games, hence the 3 in the title.
Yeah.
Which I didn't play the other 2 as well myself.
That's not actually true, because
It
you don't
gave
need to have...
It gave you a bit of knowledge, but it felt
Yeah,
like you
for the
needed to know
character
some of it.
maybe, but you're saying it just because it has the number 3. Fallout 4 is a 4th, but you don't need to know anything about the
good
previous Fallouts.
But with Witcher 3, you kind of did have to have a bit of knowledge of what was already happening. I think with the difference between things
Yeah,
like
but you
Fallout...
made an assumption because it's got the number 3.
Yeah,
you
but-
definitely need knowledge. No, it's not.
But things like with Fallout 4 and stuff like that, where you expect it's going to be a new story, that's all right. But with things like, say, Witcher 3, or even things like RPG style things where it's got a story behind it, like The Witcher 3 and the Kingdom Hearts series, for example, that might be another good example. You've got to have at least a little bit of knowledge of what is actually happening.
Right.
Yeah. You have to know, in the other games, you know quite a lot about him, so...
Yeah. So, but then, like I said, I think the main problem it had was that Fallout stole its thunder. I think we was hearing more rumours at that time about it, and then, like I said, it was the beginning of June, and they decided, look, we're doing Fallout 4. Hope
Yeah,
you
did
guys
that
enjoy.
reveal
Yeah.
broadcast, didn't they?
Yeah, so I think that kind of put a damper on that. But, yeah. Other games that came out during that time, Final Fantasy X-10-2 HD Remaster came out on the PS4, which I know Cajr and Billy and Heavenly have definitely enjoyed quite a lot. Wolfenstein: The Old Blood also came out in May as well, at the beginning of May, which went back to Castle Wolfenstein, didn't it? With that a standalone DLC. Yeah.
No, was it not a prequel?
It was a prequel, but it was a standalone DLC for the other Wolfenstein game, New World.
New Order.
New Order. Thank you. But I actually enjoyed it. I played it a bit as well myself. Grim Fandango came out on iOS. The Broken Age: The Complete Adventure came out on the PS4 as well. Which was the Double Fine Kickstarter thing that they only did half of because they had to fund the second half with what they got from the first half. And now we find out that they're going to be doing Psychonauts 2 the same way, as in they're funding it on Fig or something like that. Happy Wars came out on the Xbox One in April as well, which we definitely need to play a bit more of that.
There's a lot of games we need to play a lot more of.
Exactly. Goat Simulator came out on the Xbox One. Mortal Kombat 10 came out on PS4 and Xbox One. We found out that there's going to be more characters coming for that. Grand Theft Auto 5. Yeah, that came out on PC. Yeah, where it brought the... What's it called? It was pretty. And they brought the video editor in that lot as well, didn't it?
Absolutely amazing.
All I remember from that though was that they were people were trying to mod it, but Rockstar kept on stopping them for a bit, and now they've kind of just thought, you know what, we give up.
You're allowed to mod, but you're not allowed to use it
in online. Yeah,
which is fair enough.
Yeah, I completely agree that if you use it online, then yeah, it's cheating.
Yeah.
But
Iron Bread's come out.
Iron Bread came out, yeah, on
Easy.
Windows, yeah. That was an interesting game. A lot of people ended up streaming that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? DuckTales Remastered came out there. Dark Souls
The
2
Kerbal Space Program come out of early access.
Oh yeah, I love that game.
What's that game?
Kerbal Space Program, where you've got to.
We're getting that on Xbox One.
Yeah, one day. But
They've actually announced it.
Yeah, but they also announced it was getting what's it called? That space game. Where we said it was Minecraft in space.
Space Engineers.
Thank you.
Yeah, but that's still in early access. If that's come out of early access, Kerbal, we've more chance of getting that in sometime soon.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Kerbal is a great game. I ended up playing it when it was in early access as well. A very complicated game.
You have to get the thing so right.
Oh god, you've got to have some kind of degree just to make that work, in my opinion.
Or just trial and error.
You can try trial and error all you want, but it still won't work. Xenoblade Chronicles came out on the Nintendo 3DS as well. Tower of Guns came out on the Xbox One. You gotta love a Tower of Guns. And Crypt of the Necro Dancer. I love that game. I love games where it's like a rhythm. So many times trying to do a video of that and then realizing how difficult it is to do. I think we've covered everything in those months. So you guys got any games that you noticed on that list?
No, I'm not even got a list, so...
Did you say Project Cars?
No, I didn't say Project Cars. Wasn't that on Windows?
PS4, Xbox One,
Oh,
Windows.
it came out, yeah. Oh, and Splatoon also came out in June. No, like
That's
May,
Nintendo.
sorry,
we
sorry.
don't go to Nintendo.
Oh, come on, give them a chance. They have got some good
No.
games.
No.
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 Get lost, Nintendo. Oh, and Lego Jurassic World also came out in June as well. With
Elder Scrolls Online come out on PS4 and Xbox One.
Payday 2 Crime Wave Edition. On the...
You missed all this, didn't you?
I just noticed June.
Batman Arkham Knight come out on PS4 and Xbox One.
Yep.
I noticed how that doesn't say PC.
Oh god, yeah, completely forgot about that. Is it out yet?
Right up.
Is it out yet on PC?
I think it did come back out and then they kind
It
of...
has come back out. I don't know
And
if
it
you
still
can
doesn't
get
work
it now.
properly.
Let's have a look. Oh, you can get it now.
You can get it now.
How's it rated on Steam now?
Oh, also a game called Her Story came out in June as well, on Windows.
What about his story?
In there, isn't it? Her Story is more important.
Why? Because she's a woman.
No, I think it got Best Independent Game, didn't it? At the Game Awards. But it's a weird game. It's a really weird game. Because I think it was the one where you had to look through crime recordings and trying to piece together a story of what actually happened and find out if this one was guilty or not guilty. And it was different, to say the least. But a lot of people actually enjoyed playing that game. I don't know why. Also, The Escapist came out on the PS4. Oh, and Hatred. Oh, I remember that. June. Do you guys remember Hatred?
The silence will say says it all.
The game that got banned from being streamed on Twitch. That
Oh,
caused its-
yeah, shit. Oh.
Yeah. Basically, you got Doc trying to bleach it out of his mind and me
You
just
just have to
bringing it
kill
back.
people. There's no fucking point.
Yeah, it was a shit game anyway.
Yeah.
But the only reason it got a lot of it was noticed so much was because of it doing that. And in the end, it was just a terrible game anyway. Just as a game standpoint, it was rubbish. And it changed the rules of Twitch at the same time, where they actually came out and said, yeah, you're not allowed to play any adult games. You're not allowed to stream any adult games. And a lot of people wondered, why did they say this? And it was mainly because Hatred got an adult certification just the day before. Twitch decided to say that. But and Heroes of the Storm also came out in June as well, which I never played. I'm not a big fan of MOBAs, so
No.
So, do you want to move on to the next couple of months?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Someone wake Cajr up.
The sound of her voice putting me to sleep.
Do you want to cover these next couple of months then?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on then.
I don't fucking know. Doc, you tell me what happened next couple of months.
No, you tell us what happened in the next couple of months.
You just basically told us every game pretty much released in a 3-month period. Just carry on.
Minecon happened in July, which was in London. I remember there was a giant dragon. Yeah.
Right.
Not much happened in that. It was
It's the summer months. We don't get a lot in summer months.
But then on the 11th of July...
Ooh, that's actually... In these 3 months, this would be where Kojima and Konami pretty much destroy each other.
But first, on July the 11th, Satoru Iwata died as well, which shocked a lot of people. The thing is, we knew that he wasn't well. Well, he was 55 at the time as well, and it's like even at the Game Awards themselves, they ended up doing about a 5-10 minute remembrance of Iwata as well, which he's going to be hugely missed in gaming.
Oh god,
I think he was definitely the biggest loss we had this year, and this generation, if anything.
Yeah, I get that and thinking, but unfortunately, this is going to sound so heartless now.
Don't say it, because if you say it's Nintendo news.
Things like this are going to happen eventually anyway.
Yeah, but not.
And
at
yes,
age
it's took him.
55.
Yeah, I understand it. Thinking, but at some point, it was going to happen. Unfortunately, it's the unfortunate thing of life. Everyone will die eventually.
I know, but it was still a huge shock. It was a huge shock.
Yeah, I'm not saying it
happened
isn't.
the whole time.
It was a huge shock.
And I think it was more because a lot of people. He did the Nintendo Direct for E3. I think that was the last time he was actually seen on camera, as well, wasn't it? And I feel sorry for. He was probably the best thing that happened. There was the one with the puppets. Yes. The only thing you remember
in
there was some fruit. There was Star Fox. There was puppets. Let's just say that there was puppets.
Yeah, there was a puppet. Yeah, I vaguely remember the thing. Yeah, but like I said, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's happened.
I know that's life. Unfortunately,
it's not nice, but unfortunately, everyone has to move on.
Yeah.
I sound right heartless now.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
it really did. But also, Windows.
Look at it this way. One day, even I'll be dead.
It's not a nice thing to think of.
Depends who you ask.
Sorry.
Then what? Why is Doc smiling at the thought of me dead?
Then he will own the whole of Team Awesome.
And then
he'll be dead before me.
He will just put it as a little bow as his logo.
No, he'll be dead before me.
Wow.
Very nice.
No,
I'll make sure it.
God.
I'll cling to life until he.
Just as you're dying, you hit me with a car.
Razer Inc. acquired the software assets of Ouya. Ouya! The biggest joke of the modern era of gaming.
Yeah.
Is that system actually still supported?
No, once Razer actually owned it.
So if you've got an Ouya now, it's pretty much useless.
Oh yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
You basically now got a very fancy paperweight.
Very
It was a
expensive as
bad
well.
idea. It was a bad idea from the
It was
beginning.
Android, wasn't it?
It was Android Run, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a terrible
you
idea.
go.
You're thinking, no, you don't do that. Okay, nowadays we've got things like Apple TV, which pretty much plays Apple iOS games on your TV now, which is pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
But it was a bad idea. I don't understand how it got kickstarted, because it was a Kickstarter product as well. Which
I think
failed.
it was probably because
People thought it was a good idea and then decided no.
people with too much money
Yeah.
thought it was a good idea. Oh, look at that! An Android game console. I'll give that $1,000.
Windows 10 was also released in July as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a great system. I love it. But there are certain things that I still hate about it.
That you don't
Maybe
love it,
PC
you just
should
like
be
it.
running it.
Sorry? I ended up getting it, and it works. I'm happy with that. And I like the idea that I can play my Xbox through my PC, where it has given that chance for us to do some kind of party chat for Xbox games. Which for some weird reason, is now 2 years down the line, and Xbox still doesn't do that. I will keep moaning until they actually do that. Remedy Entertainment celebrated its 20th anniversary. A lot of game companies celebrated their 20th anniversary.
Yeah, because a lot of them probably made it started the PlayStation cycle.
Tatsuma Kimishima was appointed president of Nintendo after Iwata's death.
I want Iwata back.
Yeah.
Bring back his decaying body.
Oh,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Sony also announced the name of Project Morpheus was PlayStation VR. Why not just stick with
Do you reckon they had a
Project
whole meeting about
Morpheus? Sorry?
I reckon they had a whole meeting about
Yeah,
it.
we-
What should we call it?
What should we call
we
this?
say that. The thing is, we say that about every time they name something. The Xbox. What shall we call it? Stop listening. Oh, it didn't even listen to me. Stop listening. Stop listening.
You're feeling a lot of people have stopped
There we go.
listening now.
Yeah.
No, Sodom. Anyway. I'm well and truly out there today, aren't I?
Just continue what you
Yeah,
were on.
so it's like we said when they announced it's like, what shall we call it? Shall we call it the 720 because it's double the 360? Nah, we won't go that. We'll go. What was another one that was apparently going to be? There was.
I don't remember, but no offense, but Project Morpheus was a great name for it.
Yeah.
And then they thought, no, we've got to call it PlayStation something. Why not just call it PlayStation VR? Great idea.
Yeah, but PlayStation brand everything. But the thing is, PlayStation brand everything PlayStation. Anything to do with PlayStation, it's always branded PlayStation.
Morpheus was a great name.
But doesn't Xbox do that as well?
So does Nintendo.
Xbox Connect.
It's just the Connect though. It's not the thingy Connect. I'm not saying it again.
Didn't they call one of
It's-
their
it- 'cause it-
console Project Dolphin or something like that at one point, Nintendo?
Well, the Connect was originally Project Natal.
Oh god, yeah, but that didn't sound cool. Connect sound cooler than Natal. Because it sounds,
Yeah.
no offense, Natal sounds like something you can spread on toast.
Yeah, I mean, like I say,
So every time you
PlayStation
say
brand
Xbox,
everything.
does your thing turn on?
No, 'cause you're not saying it loud enough.
His Xbox can't hear
Oh, you.
us, but they can only hear him because we're going through his headset.
Yeah, my TV's turning down quite low.
Yeah.
But like I said, PlayStation, whenever they have something, it's always PlayStation something.
Yeah.
Whereas Xbox, they don't. Oh.
Anyway,
No,
no.
stop listening. it wants to turn off then.
Also, things that happened. We had the Tokyo Game Show, of course. We had EGX 2015 in Birmingham for the first time. Also, Club Nintendo was discontinued in Europe and Japan, which I had a couple of points, I think. I had it once and then I got rid of it. And Twisted Pixel Games separated from Microsoft Studios and became an independent studio again. Which Twisted Pixel were the ones that made Splosion Man and Missplosion.
All right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Look.
Random close up.
Random close up. Time to look
remember
at
the way, yeah,
the
man.
games that happened in.
So
that
you've-
time.
Games.
I know
Games?
September 1st was
Yeah.
MGS5. That's the big one. The biggie.
I would say no. Don't forget, Rocket League also came out in July.
Yeah, but that kind of snuck under the radar at the time. I mean, we only started playing it because we got it for free on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, but you
I
got to
didn't know
agree, it
anything
was a
about.
great
I didn't know
game.
anything about. Yeah, I didn't know anything about it, but it didn't have any hype to it.
Right, let's talk about.
MGS had all the hype, and it's actually lived up to the hype.
Let's talk about a game that failed miserably. Then Godzilla, the game.
Oh god.
Yeah, I think a lot of people realise that it was a PS3 port from Japan about 4 or 5 years ago, and it's coming out on PS4. And you're thinking, what did it do? Did it make it HD, remastered it? No, it's just the game. We brought it over to the UK and America because it's Godzilla.
It says a lot when the game case had Japanese writing on it. I looked at it and I thought...
It looked nostalgic. No, it means that they didn't really give a damn about the game.
Yeah.
If you look inside, it actually says PS3 on the disc.
Well, so yeah, like I say, it's. I think then 3 months was pretty much dominated, but I mean, yeah, towards the end of September, you started the cycle of games. Forza 6 came out, FIFA came out, I think.
Yeah, you had Vanishing of Ethan Carter come out on the PS4, which I love that game so much that I ended up doing a series on that.
Star Wars Knights of the Republic 2, The Sith Lords, got a update.
I think September was also Until Dawn.
Yeah, it was, I think. I'm scrolling down to September. Also, Soma came out in September.
Well, let me put it this way, GD. You finished my Until Dawn releasing on the YouTube, haven't you?
Yeah, that finished the beginning of November. I had 10
So,
episodes.
and 10
no,
episodes.
it didn't. It had 8 episodes.
8 episodes, and it pretty much one a week.
Pretty much.
So, go back 8 weeks, so yeah, it was September.
So,
Yeah.
No, August. Actually,
Okay.
that were August. 25th of September.
Yeah,
It was
August
the beginning.
25th.
Yeah.
August 25th, yeah. I thought it were another one,
A
actually.
lot of games came out August 25th as well. We had Gears of War Ultimate Edition come out then as well. Which,
Oh, yeah.
and,
I'm trying to look at the games I've got and
That's
see
on
what actually...
we had Madden NFL came out then as well. Look
Yeah,
at-
you get usual sports games. NHL came out probably. NBA probably come out.
Final Fantasy VII came out in August as well on iOS.
Fuck off. I don't care. I've
Oh
got it now,
look,
so...
you've got it now.
Mad Max came out.
Mad Max came out,
Just sit and swivel on those, Billy.
yeah. Yeah, Mad Max came out. We had
Forza Motorsport 6.
Smite
Yes,
officially
I said-
came. Smite officially
Like I
came
say,
out on Xbox
towards
One.
end of September, that's when the glut started. It was like, right, this is the where it started. Metal Gear Solid was the 1st September, I remember that. And then it was like, obviously, dribs and jabs, and then end of September, it just kicks into gear.
Yeah. Well, we had a few good games that came out.
Yeah.
We had, like, for example, one game that I think was a bit of a disappointment, Five Nights at Freddy's 4. I think the scare tactic of it had died down by that point.
Yeah, no, you kind of died down after a little while.
Yeah. I think you couldn't even handle the whole hour for it, did you? Because it wasn't that you were scared, it was just that you was getting bored of it.
Yeah.
Which
The Lego Dimensions come out in September as well.
yeah. Which is probably one of Ryan's favourite games. But then again, who can't beat its Lego? Who doesn't love Lego? Fallout Shelter came out on Android in August as well, which it came out in June for iOS.
Yeah, I know. We
Yeah.
had a delay.
Where else did we have?
That really decent Tony Hawk's game came out.
Oh, you thought Godzilla was a glitch fest.
Oh, God. Watch me hit this half pipe. Oh, I've taken off.
The Escapist The Walking Dead also came out as well in September. Blood Bowl 2 came out. Undertale, which is also supposed to be a really good game, came out in September. We had Forza Motorsport 6, Super Mario Maker came out then as well. I'm having a quick check. I already mentioned Metal Gear Solid and Mad Max came out on the 1st of September as well. So it was the start of decent games coming out.
We know it's the start. September is like the moment that's like, right, this is the point.
But I would say, before we go into the last 3 months, I would say compared to last year to this year, I'd say we've had a better quality of games that came out at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Because everything worked.
Yeah, but I think some of it was to do with the type of games coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, you had Master Chief Collection. It was just basically the format Halo. Then you had the brand new Halo game. Obviously, that was after in the last 3 months. I mean, you've that many games which were like, you know, they were iffy at best. Some of them. I mean, last year you had the Drive Club in 2014. Drive Club. You had the Crew. You had all these games in 2014. I think just looking at the lineup, when you put Fallout 4, you have Halo, you have the usual Call of Duty, you've got Assassin's Creed as well. The lineup was much better just to look at by name. Tomb Raider.
But I think it was for
Just Cause 3, Rainbow Six Siege, Star Wars Battlefront.
Fallout 4.
I said that over first one I said.
Yeah, but you got to say it twice because it was just so epic.
So, like I said, you had all these, just looking at the games, you think, I take 2015's lineup over 2014's.
But then again, it usually is like that. It's when new generations get into its second year. It's when developers start to get used to what systems they've got, and I think it has shown, especially this batch of games that have come out these last couple of months, that they have gotten used to it. Now we expect better and better to be coming out. It's like we're looking at Final Fantasy VII Remake. It looks beautiful and it looks like it works so well. Even Final Fantasy 15 looks great, and we've got Division that's coming out next year as well.
I'm in alpha.
Which you're in the alpha. I'm not, unfortunately.
This weekend.
Yeah, I'm still looking forward to the game coming out though.
Oh yeah, that's my birthday.
I should get a beta code if I'm in alpha. I should get a beta code as well.
Anyway, let's talk about the last 3 months before we move on to the games of them. And first of all, it was an interesting. A lot of them were based.
I think it was just more about the game releases, weren't it?
It was mainly about game releases. We had a couple of good things, good shows in the last couple of months as well. We had. Have you guys heard of Paris Game Week before this year?
No.
Found out that it's been around for at least 5 or 6 years.
Oh.
The only reason it got popular was because of PlayStation. So that happened in October. Also in October we did On Nights of Horror, which I still think was it was a great time because we all worked together for those 10 days. And
although mine was crap,
we learnt a lot of things from it.
GD.
And we all got on about doing it again next year. With a few differences, like for example, we'll make sure that when people are doing their video, they're on their own from now on.
Yes,
So
that was my
makes-
problem.
yeah.
I had doing Alien Isolation, and I have GD and Billy talking about what were you talking about?
Amiibos.
It kind of kills the frightening mood, doesn't it? It's like, I'm walking down this corridor. There could be an alien anywhere, but I'm thinking about this fluffy little amiibo.
Hey, his name's Alan. Alan's an alright guy. Okay, he killed a few people and he killed you a couple of times. But he's an alright guy.
So, anyway,
Microsoft purchased Havok from Intel. I think they did something. I don't know what they did.
that's the game engine, isn't it? Havok.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Dublin. They did things like The Matrix. Oh, they did.
They've done quite a lot. Trust me.
Yeah, they work in partnership with many developers. But now I think that they're owned by Microsoft now. I think that's probably not going to happen anymore. But the technology has been used on games like Super Smash Bros. Brawls, Fallout 3, Elder Scrolls 4, Tony Hawk's Project 8, Halo 2, Half-Life 2.
Yeah, basically
a lot of
a
great games,
smorgasbord of games.
but older games. If we're gonna be honest, there, it's games that are quite old. Yeah, like I said, it's mainly. Then in November, we had Activision Blizzard buying King Digital for $5.9 billion. That made me sick, in my opinion.
Oh, why? Like,
Well done, you brought Candy Crush Saga.
thing is, a lot of people still play it.
I
and I don't
know.
understand why. It's
Stop
a shit
playing
idea. It's on
it.
mobile. There's no need to buy mobile games
The
on
thing is,
mobiles.
I hated that King was getting all the money, but now you're giving it to Activision. Stop.
Oh, Activision.
They're just gonna keep feeding bloody Call of Duty. Here you go, have the
but they
Candy
also
Crush
own-
Saga money. Which means
Activision also own Blizzard, don't they?
they also own Blizzard. They're gonna feed it to World of Warcraft.
Yes,
But
they
then
are.
again, we might get some money going over to Overwatch. So it's good and bad points.
Another MOBA.
Another MOBA. Hey, look, that MOBA actually looks quite good.
Same thing, different.
Same thing, different characters, I know. Konami shuttered its Los Angeles division, which was
Wow.
Kojima Productions. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, obviously the latest story last few days was is at the Video Game Awards with
Oh god, yeah. We had.
Kojima being barred from going to accept a game award for MGS5.
It also in November, on November the 6th, 2K China was closed by Take-Two Interactive. Take-Two has closed a lot of its studios. I've noticed.
Yeah, it might
this
just
year.
be amalgamating and
Yeah,
focusing on.
but the upsetting thing about 2K China was they were making Borderlands Online. Would it
Would that
work?
be-
Yeah, but
Yeah.
doesn't mean that project's dead. It might just be that
No,
studio
no.
wasn't me.
Borderlands Online was cancelled.
They can
That-
always
that-
restart it.
Doubt it.
We don't know the state of the game. They might have been looking at it thinking,
Yeah, it's shit.
yeah, that's shit.
But then,
Therefore,
like I said,
they did the right thing.
in December, we had the Game Awards, which the biggest biggest story from that was that Kojima was banned by Konami, according to Jeff Knightley. I think I said that right. That he was banned from coming to the Game Awards, which I understand why. I don't like Konami, and it just shown Konami in a worse picture, if anything. Where
Yeah.
if you ban a person, which
Something
is so
serious has
iconic,
gone wrong. Something serious has
Something
happened
has
there
gone
for him
wrong.
to do that.
yeah,
No, not
Oh,
just
yeah,
necessarily gone wrong. But something's happened. There's been something happened backstage which
Kojima's
And
dead.
they killed him.
Konami's
Trying to
killed
cover it.
Kojima. He's on an
Trying to-
extended vacation.
Good game. Now you die.
No, you will not make any more games for other people.
If in the next couple of weeks, that's true. Can we edit and re-record that bit?
No.
Also, PlayStation Experience happened on the 5th to the 6th, where we saw a little bit more of Final Fantasy VII Remake, and we finally found out, after Cajr moaning about it the whole year, that Final Fantasy VII came out on the same day that they announced it, which I told you it would have happened.
Okay, sit and swivel. Sit and swivel, Billy. Sit and swivel.
Why are you saying that? He's happy that he's there. You're both playing it. I don't understand why
Yeah,
you
but
two are
he's
against
going-
each other.
He is coming on the podcast that we're going to do live tomorrow to, in his own,
What the hell was that?
this is his own words that he's going to piss on my Final Fantasy VII parade.
Well, there's some good news that also came out that Minecraft was also has finally taken over the world. Minecraft has finally taken over the world. It is now going to be coming out on the Wii U.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why? Look, we can understand they are now our overlords. It's a blocky universe, guys. It was going to happen. We even look at our characters for the thumbnail for this. They're Minecraft characters.
So, we only use them characters because the only characters we've got at the moment,
which is resemble.
which are in one picture, which resemble each of ourselves.
Yeah, well, it's best resemblance in my opinion.
I mean, if you wanted to, we could take pictures of us all in GTA or something.
No, I'm happy with the Minecraft ones because
Because
it's not just
also,
that it's easier to pose.
No.
but also with the GTA one, you could also see different people's personalities by how they dress their avatar.
Yeah, but the difference between the GTA ones and the Minecraft ones, I can easily pose the Minecraft ones. I think that's the main reason why I do it.
So it doesn't matter for me.
Sorry?
Both mine are in bow ties, so that's alright. GTA and Minecraft.
Yeah. But yeah, that's... Oh, before we say that, there was 2 new consoles released this year as well.
Really?
Yeah, the new Nintendo 3DS came out. By the way, the actual console was called New Nintendo 3DS. Not that it is the new one. And the Steam Machine also came... Steam Machine came out November the 10th as well.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the Steam Link as well. Is that the Steam Machine?
Is the Steam Link out now? Is it out yet?
I swear it was already out.
I do want a Steam Link.
I don't see the point.
Well,
I've got
I'm
a
laying in
PC.
bed. Maybe I'm ill or something. I want to play my game, so I can look it up.
I guess. Yeah, well, the Steam Machine and what's it called? The new Nintendo 3DS came out. Well, I think the main thing that was mentioned a lot this year, VR.
Yeah.
I think that was the main talking point of this year. Even with I saw that.
I missed that. What happened?
I think Cat just scratched Doc.
Don't get nailed into my...
Yeah. But it's like, even look at the PlayStation experience. They had a whole section just for PlayStation VR, and they spoke a little
Doc,
bit more about...
Can I ask where your left hand is, Doc? 'Cause it looks like he's going right up its ass. It's perfect position. He's fisting his cat.
But it's supposed to be an Until Dawn VR coming out as well, which a lot of people are actually saying it's actually quite good. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next year with VR, because that's when they're all going to be coming out publicly, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'm still not... I like the idea, but I still think it's a gimmick. I think the only person who has actually got a better idea about it is probably you, Doc. Because you're the only one out of all three.
I want the HTC Vive.
You want the HTC 5?
Yeah.
I do too, actually. I won't mind actually the PlayStation one.
Well, I
It's
showed
quite cool.
6 people a couple of weeks ago, last night. I don't know. It's just the Oculus Rift and a video of it, and like on the Oculus Rift, and they all loved it. They all thought it was fantastic.
It'll be interesting to see how they'll actually show off VR gameplay as well next year. So that's one of the hardest things to do, is try and sell VR gameplay without actually putting the VR on them. But I think it'll be interesting to see what they do with it, not just from a gaming standpoint, but from other media standpoints as well.
Yes.
So I don't see it much with PlayStations, because look, they put PlayStation in the bloody name of the actual device now.
Yeah.
Well, like I said,
Vive and...
PlayStation brand everything.
Yeah,
PlayStation 4, PlayStation VR,
yeah.
PlayStation Now.
But with the Vive and the Oculus Rift, it'll be interesting to see what they do outside of gaming, with theirs at least, because they have that opportunity to do that. Even PlayStation does as well, because it's Sony. But I see it more with those two devices than Sony's device, because I think Sony's thinking it more towards gaming at the moment. And hopefully we'll find a bit more about HoloLens and how much it's actually going to cost. I'm going with the $3,000 mark.
Yeah. It's going to be something expensive.
It's going to be expensive. Anyway, the games that came out. Minecraft Story Mode started coming out in October,
This could take a while.
which now the third episode has come out by now. Probably the fourth episode will be out by the end of the year. Rock Band 4.
Band 4 come out.
Yeah, I love that
Elite
game.
Dangerous come out on the Xbox One.
Yeah. Wait, was it officially? It officially came out. It wasn't early access anymore, was it?
No.
Well, on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Prison Architect come out on Windows.
Yeah, that officially came
Come
out
out
as
of
well.
early access.
Yeah.
Well, just Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, Halo 5.
Uncharted, Great Collection.
Guitar
Yeah,
Hero
Uncharted.
Guitar Hero Live came out.
Just Cause 3. Star Wars Battlefront, Tales of Zestiria,
WWE
Rainbow
2K16.
Six Siege, WWE 2K. You know, you've
You have
that
your
many
usual
games. You can't name them all.
All right. So, personally, what was your favourite game that came out in the last 3 months?
Rainbow
All
Six
that.
Siege.
Do you say Rainbow Six Siege?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
I still think Fallout 4 because I think that's what
Fallout
I played
4
the
for
most.
me.
Yeah.
Well, apart from at the moment, I'm playing a lot of Elite Dangerous Horizons beta.
Oh yeah, because you can now go on the actual planets or something like that. Can't you?
Oh my god, never had so much fun.
Yeah, I remember you showing us the picture on Sunday. It looks good. All right, what would you say was the biggest letdown this last 3 months?
Right?
Oh wait, yeah, that came out on PC in the last 3 months.
Yeah. I still haven't got it because it's still not working properly. Right then, maybe like Final Fantasy VII coming on the PS4.
Don't stop poking him, please. Stop poking him.
What?
He's just gonna fight back.
Did you mention Final Fantasy?
He did.
How dare you?
Oh, I forgot Beyond Two Souls came out on
Or Duty
PS4.
come out. That was pretty shit.
What
Yeah,
was
that's
that?
shit anyway.
Sorry.
Need for Speed, that wasn't too good apparently.
No. Oh, I think the biggest, weirdest thing, and I still don't understand why they did this. Rise of the Tomb Raider coming out days after Fallout 4.
Oh, this I absolutely love. This just shows how not arrogant, stupid Square Enix are.
Yeah.
Like,
There's a huge
okay,
game
so you
coming
got
out.
the most
What should we do?
anticipated game for the past couple of years with rumours and everything like that, Fallout 4. And they're putting adverts out for the Rise of the Tomb Raider by getting like a load of guys stand on the billboard. But like
That was the
it's come
weirdest
out,
thing
and you
ever.
hear nothing from it. You hear nothing. There is nothing about it anywhere. Because Facebook is full of Facebook and Twitter is just full of Fallout 4 stuff.
Exactly. Even Twitch. We keep forgetting that Fallout 4 was #1 on most viewed
But
and most.
It's also the
streamed.
most played game on the same day on PC.
Yeah.
Not
It was the
counting.
biggest, most played game on
No,
Steam,
no.
wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, not counting the MOBAs.
No, well,
Yes.
no one counts the MOBAs.
But
Well,
yeah,
it
had like 4,500,000 people playing at exactly the same time.
The thing is,
And no game ever touched that.
we can all agree that Fallout 4 was the biggest game. It was the most hyped, and I like to point out, I think it deserved the hype.
Absolutely, I think it's brilliant what they've done.
Yeah.
I like the fact they've rolled back the graphics a little bit and it still looks amazingly good to have more content.
The thing is, it came out. They didn't really need to roll it back too much because it was on PS4, Xbox One, and Windows. Now I think
Yeah.
all three of them could handle better graphics than they actually were.
Yeah.
But it's still the graphics were right because it reminded people of Fallout 3,
Yeah.
and that's what they wanted. People just wanted Fallout 3, but in a different area. They wanted more story. They didn't really care much about the game graphics. They
Yeah.
wanted more story, and that's
You know,
what they
adding
got.
the decent companions, adding the settlements, the dialogues. You guys got a voice. It's Dog Meat. How excited is everyone for just playing with Dog Meat again?
Yeah. Well, it's not just that. Another game that I'm happy that they upgraded compared to last year's, WWE 2K16.
I haven't played it yet.
Kaj, we've been doing the predictions now. I think it's coming up to about
already
nine-
done 12 months.
It's not been 12 months.
Was it?
We haven't done a WrestleMania
No,
yet. So
no,
we couldn't
yeah.
have.
Sorry.
You're thinking of
I'm
the
thinking,
podcast.
I'm thinking of it because of the game. I thought
Yeah.
we'd got to start doing it on release.
But we started doing our predictions on WWE 2K15, and we had so many problems with it. Okay, we've had problems with 16, but it was more to the fact of what limitations the online had, which I don't understand why they did this. But if you're doing a tag team match, and you are playing one-on-one on two separate teams, it will randomly pick your computer-controlled partner.
Oh.
I don't know why. But then we've changed it. And I think we've changed it for the better, if anything. Where we've now got it that the computers...
Stop
play.
telling. Oh, just tell
They've already seen it. It was on the last one. It was Survivor Series when we started doing that.
We could have a new viewer watching this and they won't know that.
Yeah, you can watch it. It looks cool. Go and enjoy it. It'll probably be somewhere in here. I've got to now do an annotation just there, haven't I?
Yeah. Around this area.
I will remember it. What? No.
Anyway.
Anyway,
But yeah, there were some great games. I still think this year has been better compared to
like I
last
say,
year.
just look at the lineup of games, and you can see compared to last year, they are better. I mean, last year did have some good games, which I just realised we've missed out one big thing that was announced this year
What's that?
twice.
Go ahead.
Backwards compatibility.
Oh fuck! I forgot about that. Yeah, backwards compatibility on the
years.
Xbox
And then
the
PS4.
PS4. Well, the backwards compatibility for the PS4, which was at the moment, is it 8 games or 6 games on the PS2?
It's 8. I think it's about 8.
Yeah, which it wasn't technically announced just before PlayStation Experience because I think it got leaked.
Yeah.
That's the only
got
reason they had
leaked
to announce it.
Because I think PlayStation gave them an advanced copy of
Yeah.
Battlefront, and it had codes for
it was-
game, the backwards compatible
Yeah, it
game,
was-
Rogue Galaxy.
Yeah, it was the PlayStation 4, the Star Wars edition of PlayStation 4. It had some game codes in there where a lot of people looked at it and thought, some of these games are from the PS2. Does that mean? And when they actually started playing the game, it's shown up the PS2 logo. Does it actually do that when you play in PS2 games, Cajr?
I don't know.
I thought
I
you.
weren't paying attention.
But yeah, they ended up having 8 other games, which had, I think it was about 3 of them were Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas.
Yeah, we had, was it Dark Cloud?
Yeah.
Dark Cloud, which Billy put me on, and I will say it was what I've played was a good suggestion.
We had some other games on there. But they are on about bringing more games from the PS2. Now, the only difference is that you have to buy these games again compared to Xboxes, which, by the way, the Xboxes are only 360 games. And they are only a selected 100 and something at the moment. I don't know how many
but
it
they
is
said they're going to be every month. There's going to be more and more titles
exactly,
added.
because the games with gold now, instead of having 2 game titles, you're technically getting 4. Backwards compatibility, it's a great idea. It's brought that nostalgia idea that people wanted, and it's worked. Yeah.
I can only do backwards compatibility on the PC.
You have no backwards compatibility.
Yeah, you don't
Exactly.
technically.
Don't need it. I could play Fallout 3, sorry, if I wanted to. Not the Republic. Just
I could. Do you know what? Because I've still got my 360 down there.
on me little Master Race system.
Master Race, my friggin' ass.
Fuck off, mate. Anyway,
You gotta catch that one.
before we end our Christmassy podcast, which we looked back at 2015, what was your biggest thing from this year that you would take back from it?
What thing? What kind of thing?
In news wise, in other words.
I think the backwards compatibility were the best things because, like I said, I've still got all my 360 games still there.
Yeah.
So
You're looking forward to more of them being able to be played.
yeah,
on the
I mean,
Xbox.
I think Burnout Paradise is the one I'm looking forward to more, possibly.
I think also with that, it's probably given more people reason to get an Xbox One now. if you're still on the 360. I think that's what they were trying to tap into. Get the people who are still playing on the 360 and move them on to next gen. And how do you do that? Well, give them games that they've got that they can play on that system for free as well. PlayStation.
That's if you only digitally. Oh, no, that's only if you had it digitally.
No,
I've still got my discs. I kept my discs.
Yeah. Also,
if you don't have the game digitally in your purchase history, and you don't have the disc, you have to go and buy it from somewhere.
Well, yeah, because
so it's
you
not
don't
for free.
have the game.
Yeah, but it's not for free then.
Yeah. Anyway, Doc, what about you, mate? What was your biggest news from this year? Do you want me to come back to you, mate?
Arkham Knight came out again.
I think Arkham Knight was the biggest news for PC this year, mate.
No, I think it'd been GTA 5, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. I would say...
Yeah.
I think...
I think the best thing for me is kind of early access and how that's going with a lot of games.
I think it's nice to see that it's actually working now.
Yeah, like, obviously I've been playing Ark a lot, and
The thing is,
a lot more games this year have actually made it out of early access than they had previously.
Yeah.
So I think
the thing is, you got some games that I'm looking forward to coming out through early access. Like, I hate to say this, but Shimmy is making me want to play Rust. Because it looks quite good.
Wait for it to come out to consoles.
Yeah. If it's coming out on consoles. Is Rust coming out on consoles? I don't think it is.
It's not been announced, but I think it's one of those where you could pretty much say there's a lot of them. I mean, we've still not got some of them, like DayZ still not come out.
Well,
H1Z1 still not come out. Space Engineers still not come out.
I'm still looking forward to what's it called? Ark coming out next year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's the biggest thing I'm looking forward to.
fantastic.
I mean, I've got people at work that play that every night, and
for example, look at Doc. How often did we have it when early access of Ark actually came out, and how often did we actually have Doc on here? And what was he playing? He was playing Ark.
Yeah,
I think we had that for at least 2 or 3 months.
My hours on Ark, since I haven't really played it for a couple of weeks, it's 503 hours.
See, that's
over a couple of weeks.
That is a couple of weeks.
How many hours in a week?
That's
about 3 weeks worth.
21 days, yeah. Wow. I've got to be honest, mate. You've got a bit of a problem with Ark.
It's not a bad problem to have, though.
Yeah. No. With me, it's got to be Final Fantasy Remake being announced. I think it was one of those things where a lot of us were wanting it and kept on saying they should do this, they should do this, they should do this. I think it was a sign that Square Enix had finally started listening and thought, you know what, actually, yeah, we probably can make money from this now.
That's what
they had announced the remake, and just the reaction of people, not just on E3, but we're still talking about it now. And we've only seen a little bit of the gameplay of it.
Yeah, but it helps that we've just had this past weekend the gameplay trailer and more trailer. That's why we're talking about it.
But then again,
a few weeks before that, wasn't.
I don't know if I want it.
I don't know. But a few weeks before that, we were still talking about it.
I'm reserving judgment as well.
I'm looking forward to it. Okay, yeah, the episodic thing kind of worries me a little bit, but I'm starting to think this a bit here. They are probably, money-wise, yeah, they're thinking that, but they're also probably thinking of bringing a game that we enjoyed when we were younger and bringing it out in a way that a new generation will enjoy it.
That's what I don't like.
What, that is going to be a new generation?
I don't want it to ruin my memory of Final Fantasy VII as I played it when I was younger.
Mm.
And it was brilliant back then. It still is brilliant. I don't want that to be ruined by modernising a decent game.
Well, the thing I want to know is how are they going to incorporate the materia system?
Well, all we can do is wait and see. I've got a feeling we're going to get a lot more.
How are the summons going to work? How are all the the sense material? I mean, all them played a part in the game, and then you can't just slash that out.
all we can say is we'll wait and see what happens with it. I've got a feeling they've got to do materia, because that is, if you take that out of Final Fantasy VII, no offense, then that is not Final
It
Fantasy
basically
VII.
becomes, if you're just going to
It's just going to be
control
another Final
Cloud,
Fantasy game.
it'll just be a hack and slash.
Yeah.
Because if you're Cloud, you've just got a sword. You're like, and I don't like hack and slash games.
Right, one more thing before we end this. Crave your game. Crave the game. What has been your favourite moment of this year? Let's start with you, Doc. This time.
I really like the Halloween.
Halloween. I'd say
that's one of my favourite moments. It was great.
I think it was nice to see, like I said, most of us actually come together and do this thing, and
Yeah.
I think it worked quite well. Okay, yeah, like I said, we've learnt from certain things, but we're on about doing it again, and I'm looking forward to doing it again next year.
Mm-hmm.
To a point that hopefully in the future we'll be able to do it as a charity event type of thing, which will be quite entertaining to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I highly enjoyed it. What about you, Cajr? What did you enjoy? Crave the game, Crave your game.
It's horror related, but it wasn't anything to do with the horror night. It was my impromptu Until Dawn playthrough.
Yes, your first solo as well, which was put up on
Which
the
was
YouTube channel.
not planned or nothing. It was started playing it. Got heavenly in the chat all day.
I think I showed up halfway through the chat.
So yeah, it was that was my highlight.
I think with me, it was more because of a milestone that we actually reached a year of doing the podcast. Be honest, I'm still enjoying it now. I'm still enjoying it doing this, even though it's a different format that we're doing from. Also, the fact that we moved from audio to video this year as well.
Yeah, that was good.
That was
Yeah, that was kind of sprung upon me, wasn't it? It's like, yeah,
No.
we'll test it.
No. The audio part was sprung upon you, but I remember the point that you actually told me, and you said, GD, give me a date when we are actually going to go on to video. I thought, okay, 18th. We'll do it on the 18th, okay?
Yeah, but did we not want to test it or something? It's like, oh no, I've already tested it with Doc. It's like, oh.
Yeah, we did.
No, that was the audio.
Was that the audio?
That was the audio, yeah.
I thought that was video.
Yeah, but like I said, with the actual podcast itself, including the audio, we've been doing it for over a year now. I think it's been about a year and a half by the time this is our second Christmas on the podcast, which is fun. But this is our first video of Christmas as well, which we've got little icicles there, we've got a Christmas tree, and a bike, which is probably going to be an Xbox.
And then you got the Grinch.
Why are you pointing at me? It's probably you.
I was putting my hand up, so saying here.
Oh, right. I thought you was pointing upwards towards me.
I will point up there. Him up there.
I'm not the Grinch. I'm Santa Claus.
Santa.
You've got the gut for it.
And my elf, Doc.
I know, bitch.
You my bitch, bitch.
Well, anyway, guys, thank you for joining me for the... thank you for this whole year, I'm going to be honest. You're
You're very, very welcome.
Yes, Merry Christmas as well.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I hope you guys are enjoying your Christmas, and we will be back with another pre-record next week. We will be back live on Twitch on the 6th of January. Next week,
man.
the 6th. Next week, we are going to be talking about 2016, what we're looking forward to, gaming-wise, news-wise, and what we expect to be doing next year as well. We've got some video ideas that we're already doing, that some of us have already started at the moment, haven't we? So like your Mass Effect will be going up on YouTube next year.
Yeah, I need to finish that.
Yeah.
I don't have time on.
But yeah, we've got things that we'll be talking about, what plans we have, and more importantly, we're going to be talking about what we're looking forward to. So thank you for joining us. We will be back then, and yes, Merry Christmas again, I guess.
Yay.
Hey,
And thank you for supporting us for the last 12 months.
Thank you for supporting us for the last 12 months.
Yeah.
Indeed. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
help as well, where it was leaked about the working conditions at Konami as well earlier this year. No offense, what we've heard about that.
First I've heard of it.
Yeah, I think when was it announced? I think it was during the summer, wasn't it? They were about I can't think off the top of my head what it was. It was just that it was really bad. They didn't treat their staff fairly. But okay.